Okay, it's day one of week 2. There are far more people in. The heads of state are about to come. The ministers are arriving. And we're about to go into the first press conference of the day, which will be the Africa group. They fear very much that as the talks progress, they will get left out. And there's a proverb that when the elephants play, and by that they mean China and India and Europe, then the ants, and that means Africa, will get squashed.
The Kyoto Protocol took 7 years to enter into force. The next treaty, I'm sure that it will take more than that, even if there will be a political will. Because this process missed and lost all confidence and the main transparency in it from the most developing countries.
This is fantastically serious what we've got here. We've got 6 African countries who've come forward and publicly said the whole talks are in peril.
Africa is on a death row, and Africa has been sidelined by some countries having nothing to do with any mentioning of the word Kyoto Protocol. That is the legally binding instrument. Let us hope that Copenhagen will not be a dashed hope for the developing country. Africa is sidelined because any attempt, our leaders have mandated us, any attempt to remove one of the 2 tracks, it's very obvious to you that that train will crash.
Okay, what we have here is a direct challenge by Africa. This is a fantastically sensitive issue. It's very, very complicated, but basically the negotiations here are on 2 tracks. One track is on the Kyoto Protocol, which was agreed many years ago. Africa and other countries, developing countries, say it has to. The negotiations have to go on with the Kyoto Protocol. The other countries, EU, America, basically have been trying to reduce the influence of it or to kill it completely. And now we've got an absolute showdown, and it's very, very serious for the talks, I would say. Do you think the actions of the rich countries in the last couple of days suggest the talks are now in great danger?
Yeah. In fact, there is every indication that the talks may not even be concluded in Copenhagen. Yeah. The animals, the men, the people, everything in Africa, life depends on Kyoto.
If you look at the Danish text, in a way, it's killing Kyoto.
You said that you do not trust the rich countries to make their commitments, to make them into law. Do you think that they will try to evade their responsibilities?
No. I think we know multilateral process. You don't just wake up after people have agreed on an instrument. You know how Kyoto was painful. You don't just wake up and say, we don't want it. So that's the fundamental issue.
This is an issue which is basically a deal breaker. It's not a deal maker. Africa is absolutely determined not to sign up to a deal which would undermine the only legal agreement which exists to force the rich countries to cut their emissions. That's the bottom line.
We've seen that there's no progress on the Kyoto track, and we are really worried that the plan is to kill Kyoto. And we're saying, don't kill Kyoto. And we stand with Africa, and we believe that if the Kyoto track is not reopened, there is no point to talk about anything else.
The development groups here, there's hundreds of them, have reacted very, very quickly to this whole storm. Why is it that the developing countries find the Kyoto Protocol issue so explosive?
Well, from their perspective, the Kyoto Protocol was negotiated by all countries, including the US. It was adopted in 1997. And the big revolution, let's say, with the Kyoto Protocol is for the first time we had hard, legally binding emission reduction targets for a group of countries, namely the rich countries, set in stone under the international framework. And so the real risk, though, that they see is that we walk out of here at Copenhagen and don't even get the Kyoto Protocol, let alone anything else.
It's a completely chaotic journalism. It's chaotic decision-making. Decisions of the whole world are being conducted in the most unbelievably arcane situation. Very few people are getting a real say in this. It's a crisis of democracy in many, many ways. But maybe it will all work out in the end.
Yeah. 2 processes will have to start.
Right.
KP and LCA.
Right. So that means you've won this particular round.
We have won this particular round.
So there will be 2 tracks from now on.
2 tracks.
Yeah. And that is the end of that discussion.
That's the beginning of the end.
It's the beginning of the end of the attack on Kyoto.
On attack